Since the beginning of our lives, there have been numerous debates in which the fans of the medium in question were divided. Xbox vs PlayStation, Coke vs Pepsi, Mario vs Sonic, Jordan vs LeBron, Tupac vs Biggie, etc. But there is one debate that stands above them all and stands the test of time. Marvel Comics versus DC Comics. Instead of comparing the comics themselves though, let's pretend Capcom got the rights to make a Marvel vs DC fighting game, complete with a story mode akin to the comics themselves. I had some friends help me out with this video's creation, so I'll shout them out at the end of the video. I believe the character inclusions in the game could break the internet, and that the story mode could be on some shit like Subspace Emissary, as I can see it being one of the biggest crossovers of all time. Let's begin with the Marvel side of the roster. A big chunk of this list is going to the Avengers, and I picked Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and Black Panther. And along with Doctor Strange, we have some other members of the Midnight Suns, those being Moon Knight, Daredevil, Punisher, and Ghost Rider. We could also throw in the GOAT Wolverine as well, because he's a GOAT. I got quite a few villains to add into it, those being Thanos, Doctor Doom, Venom, Doc Ock, Magneto, Loki, and Kang the Conqueror. I'm giving each side a total of 25 characters including DLC, so the game will have 40 characters base game, and by the end of the DLC we'd have 50 characters, and then a few extras at the end that'll break the internet. Now for the other side of the coin, we must talk about the 20 DC characters I have added here. Similar to how we started off with the Avengers, we're going to start off with the Justice League. We have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Wally West Flash, Jon Stewart's Green Lantern, and Aquaman! Free Johnny Depp. We shall then proceed with the Teen Titans. Robin, Damian Wayne specifically, more on that later, Cyborg, Starfire, and Raven. You throw in Catwoman, Nightwing, and Zatanna in there as well. Lastly, we're going to bring in some villains. We got Joker, Deathstroke, Lex Luthor, Darkseid, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy. So as for the story mode, it would be extremely difficult to have characters cross over, given that I'm not a big comic reader myself. I'm just a fan of the movies and characters. But I had the idea that the big Marvel and DC villains could all have a hand in the multiverse being at stake, and the top three could be Kang the Conqueror of Marvel, Darkseid of DC, and the final villain could be Dr. Manhattan. He could be like a Taboo in Smash Bros. Brawl, and he wouldn't become a playable character, but he'd be an extremely difficult boss. As for the story itself, I think it could go something like this. Dr. Manhattan opened portals to other multiverses and a ploy to destroy each and every one so that he can create a multiverse where he runs everything. He enlists the help of all the villains, those being Kang, Darkseid, Thanos, Loki, Magneto, Lex Luthor, Doctor Doom, Joker, Deathstroke, Bane, Dr. Octopus, Venom, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy. The Justice League takes notice of this and traverses the multiverse to look for help. They run into the Avengers and the heroes split up into groups to take on certain villains. There's an infinite amount of matchup potential. Some matches could be one-on-one, but a majority would be 3-on-3. Similar to the Subspace Emissary from Brawl, the more characters you meet, the more you unlock, and you unlock the villains when you beat them. I think the main facilitators on the hero side would be Superman, Batman, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Captain America, and Wonder Woman. Those might just be like the kind of the, I guess, most leader-esque characters, because I'd say Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's not a leader like that, so yeah. Maybe the heroes can be under a spell, kind of like Loki's scepter, Thanos' reality stone. I think the four will make more sense though, and you know, they could just come together and fuck some shit up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. As for the story, you can kind of write that in your own head. If you have any ideas for the story, just comment down below and let me know what you think. As for the mechanics though, the game, what I said it before, would be a 3v3 with assists and an X Factor as type mechanic, and for the online it would have rollback netcode, and there'd be mechanics for certain characters, like, you know, each character would have a different move set. You could take move sets from like their other games and stuff, but they would play more so like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and not like Injustice's like Mortal Kombat type combat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have it play like a Guilty Gear or Dragon Ball Fighters. Not every character would have like a rushdown type thing though, but like, you know, you get what I'm saying. Now to my favorite part of the entire idea, the DLC. Personally, I think this might have been the most difficult part of the video due to how the DLC would be marketed. I'm thinking something along the lines of having one Marvel, one DLC character per pack, and then another pack called the Break the Internet pack. It'd be 15 characters added to the game, making a total of 55 characters. Pack 1 would include Miles Morales and Static Shock. Pack 2 would include Mr. Fantastic and Beast Boy. Pack 3 would include Deadpool and Red Hood. Pack 4 would include Sabretooth and Doomsday. And Pack 5 would include Silver Surfer and Shazam. Now, my reasoning for these characters is that, you know, Miles Morales got a movie coming out next year. And then I believe I just heard that Static Shock has another movie coming out produced by Michael B. Jordan, which is crazy and it's fire, so I'm with that. And then we got Mr. Fantastic and Beast Boy. Dr. Doom's in the game, so Mr. Fantastic got to be in there too. Not only do we have Reed Richards, but we have Beast Boy, who could round out the Teen Titans because we only had 4 of them. You're like, oh, where the fuck is Beast Boy? He's DLC, but I included him mad late because I feel like his moveset would be mad creative. You know, like it would be like a stance change where he transforms into a certain animal and he has a different moveset for each animal. It'd be kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Pack 3 would include Deadpool and Red Hood. Now, this would be like the anti-hero type pack, and I just love Deadpool, dude. Like, Deadpool's such a goat. And Red Hood's cool. You know, I'm more of a Nightwing fan myself. But, yeah, I just decided to include Red Hood. By the way, there's 3 Robins in this game, which is crazy. Pack 4 would be Sabretooth and Doomsday. They're just cool characters to me. I'd include Sabretooth because he was in MVC2. And then Doomsday is just a demon, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll go crazy. And then Pack 5 would include Silver Surfer and Shazam. Silver Surfer is one of the most iconic characters of all time. You know, you got the movies with him, you know, the cartoons and shit, all that stuff. And then Shazam just had that movie not too long ago. I don't remember when it was, but that movie went crazy. Now, the craziest part of the video. This is the Break the Internet pack. For this one, I'm including characters that have comics, but they're not necessarily Marvel or DC. They're just like really iconic characters, and I could go fucking ballistic with this. But for the first pick, we're gonna go with the Shredder from Ninja Turtles. Shredder is one of my favorite villains to ever exist, like ever. And I think his moveset would be similar to like Wolverine's, but he wouldn't have like the healing factor. It'd be really fucking dope to see him, like, you know, just fuck shit up, you know? And like, you could possibly add some DLC characters into the story, including Shredder. Shredder's the only villain in the Break the Internet pack, by the way, just letting you know. Shit would be crazy because, you know, you could just travel multiverses and there might be more, you know what I'm saying? The second pick for the Break the Internet pack is Optimus Prime. I know, right? Fucking crazy. It could be like the Ridley effect where he's too big, you have to like downsize him a little bit, but his moveset would be crazy. You just roll out, fuck some shit up, you know what I'm saying? Grab the Allspark and just fucking hit you with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that would work, but it will work. And then now, since this is a Capcom game, the third character I gotta include is Ryu. Ryu would be insane, dude. Like, just imagine him, like, you know, scrapping with the people from the Marvel universe. He's like, oh, I know you. And then he meets these DC people. Now that I think about it, I could have included some Mortal Kombat characters. I feel stupid. Nah, whatever. Maybe Break the Internet pack number 2. I'll include like Scorpion or some shit. Anyway, yeah, Ryu's a GOAT. You know, I would love to see him, you know, just scrap with all the Marvel characters again. You know, get some DC fights in there. It'd be pretty dope. Now, pick number 4 is probably the wildest pick in terms of like movesets and just like out of this worldness. And that's Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim does have a comic. He does have the movie with Michael Cera and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And he's also got the game. I'm thinking of basing his moveset off everything. And I think he could be like the most powerful character in the sense that he could be like what Shaggy is in multiverses, but like on a different level because he actually knows how to fight. So I don't know, it's not like a Toon Force thing like fucking Shaggy has. It'd just be really fucking cool, you know what I'm saying? And then for the last and final Break the Internet pack pick, I'm going with Invincible. That's just the GOAT. I fucking love Invincible, bro. Like, I gotta read the comics, but the show was so hard. that become one of my favorite like cartoons that I've ever seen ever. Like, it was so super goated, and I think Invincible is the perfect inclusion in a comic book fighting game. So yeah, with that being said, that's gonna do it for the Marvel vs. DC fighting game roster, video, story. I wish I kind of went like a little bit more in depth into the mechanics and the story. I just think that this list of characters would be really cool to see in a fighting game, and I know I missed a lot. Who do you think that I missed specifically? Let me know in the comments, and let me know like what would you like to see in the story, you know, like matchup potential, things like that. Anyways, that's gonna be it. The roster's on screen. Let me just shout out the homies that helped me with this roster, helped me with this video. So the idea, shout out to homie Vor, you know what I'm saying, kind of helped me with the idea. Shout out to homie Bezzy for, you know, helping me craft the roster. He's the GOAT. Shout out to Lito for actually making the graphic. You know, I gotta shout him out. He gave me a little promotional graphic, so I gotta put that up on the screen right there. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to homie Lito. Shout out to homies Fire Dog. Was Speed in there? Yeah, Speed was in that conversation. We had who else was there? I'm trying to remember. RTG was there. We were talking about mechanics and stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, we were just talking like all this type of, no way, garbage truck is pulling up right now. I don't know if y'all can hear that at the end of the video, but fuck it. You know what it is? I'm really happy to have made this video, you know what I'm saying? So I think it could be a really cool game to see. Let me know what characters I missed. Let me know what matchups you'd like to see. Let me know who your main team would be. I think my main team would be Moon Knight, Nightwing, and fuck. The last one's always really hard. Pause. Yeah, Moon Knight, Nightwing, and Deadpool. So y'all let me know who y'all main three would be, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment what your main three would be. Like this video if you like the video. That's what like buttons are for, you know what I'm saying? And make sure you subscribe to me, and I'll put some of my homies that help me, like, you know, their social medias and shit in the description. So yeah, I will see y'all soon. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. This has been JAYOSEVEN, and I'm out. Peace.